Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is where the good stuff starts, cause this is where we are going to begin on how to program in C language. We're going to learn your first program, the basic structure of the C program. So without a further delay, let's get started. Apparently I am dumb. I recorded this video before and I had my mic muted, and when I tested my video and I was like, hey, where's my voice? So yeah, I have to end up recording this again. So yeah, I am dumb. So anyways, let's get started. That's just me being me. So if you are a Linux user, you're pretty much good to go. Don't need to install anything. If you are Windows, open Google Chrome or whatever browser you use. Go to turboc.codeplex.com. Download this thingy right here, which is a zip file. Extract it. Run the setup.exe. Install the file. This is basically a C compiler, C++ compiler, and you're going to, in the end, after you set up, you're going to see an icon like this, MS-DOS, which says MS-DOS, I don't know what it says. You're going to see this icon, you're going to run it, and then you will see a software running, which will contain a blue screen and then file stuff over here, so you can create a new file from the file menu. So let's create the file. Oh, one more thing. In Linux, I have set up this like this. On my basic home folder in the desktop, I have created a C folder where I'm going to create my C files. So let's create the file. Text file. I'm going to name it first.c. C files end with C. .c extension. Like for example, .exe files with executable files end with .exe. Music or MP3 files with .mp3. So C files ends with .c. Error. Now I'm gonna paste some code over here. Control V. And now let's talk about C language a little. C language is an old language and it is used widely. It is used in device driver programming, backend programming of operating systems like Linux or Android. So it is very useful. But it is not that hard. It is very easy to learn, and hence it is used as a beginner language. So I'm trying to make this video short as possible. So now let's just dive into the code. This right here, this / blockends, is a comment. A comment is only used to explain the code. It is not going to be compiled. It is not going to be executed. The compiler is going to pretend as if it's not here. So this is basically a forever alone thing. It is just ignored by everything except the developer, because it is there to make the developer understand that, hey, this does something. You can write comment in two ways. This is single line comment, and how to write multiple lines is this way. This is multiple line comment. They end with a star, same slash again. See, it has ended. Now this is not going to be executed, so I'm gonna leave it intact. It doesn't matter, but the compiler will read this and say, what is this? So I'm going to remove this because it's going to be an error. Now this is how a block starts. This is how a block ends. And inside a block there is a set of statement or set of blocks as well, whichever you want, like this. Like this. This is a block, and there's a blocks inside blocks, a set of statements and stuff, blah blah blah. You get into blocks inside blocks later on. Let's go dive into this block. This block has two statements, printf hello world and printf another statement. What printf is basically a function inside this file, which I'm going to explain you later. A function inside this file which tells the computer to print to user whatever inside this brackets is. You can see I have written this inverted commas hello world inverted comma end. So whenever you want to print a sentence, you write it in between inverted commas and then you close it with the inverted commas. This is essentially called as a string. So what I'm telling over here is, hey computer, print hello world string. Hey computer, print another statement as a string. So that's what I'm telling the computer to do over here. So these are two statements. Any statement, every statement is to be ended by a semicolon. Like you end sentences in English by full stop, you end sentences or statements in computers by semicolon. So now what's this? This is a main function. Function is pretty much anything which is followed by a parenthesis. So printf is a function because it is followed by a parenthesis. Inside the parentheses you can pass parameters, and before you have return type. This is the function name, and below that you have its block, and inside the blocks this statements which it has to execute. Let's not go deeply into that because this is a later tutorial. All you need to know is the main is a function, and a function is anything followed by parentheses. Main is a function with void return type. Void means nothing, it means blank, or say null. Null means nothing, so it means don't return anything. Main is the most important function in C. This is where the execution starts. So when a compiler will come, it will read all your program and start execution from the main block. So hence the main block is where the execution starts. Now what is this hash include stdio.h? Prior to main, we write some preprocessors which are usually defined by start by hash. So here hash include is a preprocessor which tells the compiler to, hey, include this file. Now this file stdio.h is a header file which comes with C by default. Standard input output .header. Header files basically contain set of functions which you need to use frequently in your program. So this stdio.h contains this printf function. It contains the statements of this printf functions which are to be executed whenever I am using this printf function. So that's the header file. I'm going to teach you as well how to create the header file later on. So all you need to know right now is header file is a file which contains set of functions. So without further ado, let's execute this program. So Windows users will save their file in Turbo C, and you will see a compile and run over here. You can go click on that and you can run your statements. Or Alt F9 is the shortcut, I guess, for running the statements. Or running a program. I'm saying statements, I should say program. So let's execute this in Linux. I'm gonna first save it. Now to execute this, you need to open your command user interface, which is terminal in Linux. So I'm going to go over here, system, console. Linux have shortcuts called Control-Alt-T. For this, I'm gonna open this side by side so you can see the statements as well. Oh my god. Yeah, so there we go. So now you need to navigate inside your terminal to this directory. So as you can see, I have opened this in home, from home to desktop, from desktop to C. So right now terminal opens by default in C. So what you can do is you can directly copy this. Like if you click over here, you can copy this and you can paste it over here. Or you can do what I'm doing. So when you're going to copy paste, you're going to write first CD, which stands for change. I typed it over here. CD, which stands for changed directory, and you are going to paste all that you copy from there. I have not copied it, so I'm not going to paste it. So I'm going to go first into desktop. Change directory to desktop. Now you see I am in desktop. Change directory to C inside the desktop. Now you see I'm inside desktop C. Now if I list source of C file, C folder, I'm going to see this first.c. Now to compile this program, there's a command gcc followed by file name .c. It has compiled the program successfully. How we know it has compiled the program successfully is because if the program had any errors, before showing you this, it will show you the error, the line where the error is, and tell you what the error probably is. Now if you see this file, there's a file created now, a.out. A.out is created when you compile the C program in Linux. When you compile C program in Windows, you get the executable files, .exe files. So a.out files are equivalent to executable files in Windows. Now let's execute this program. To execute this program, we need to execute that a.out. How we execute that is we type this in command window. /a.out. We have executed it, and as you can see, this is printed. This is printed. Hello, let's print hello world, and then printed another statement. Now see, I have written this in different lines, but they came into a one single line over here. Why is that so? Because first printf printed hello world, carriage stayed over here, the typer stayed over here, and then it executed the next statement, which says print another statement, and then it entered a new line, and then it printed the basic what the command user had, the command printed, the CMD printed. So that's how it's done. Now if I write \n over here, I save it. Now I changed my program, so I need to recompile it, and now I need to execute it again. Now you see the another statement and hello world are in different lines. So \n is basically a character which tells the compiler to, hey, leave a line after this. So that's pretty much it for the first program. Congratulations, you have learned the basic structure of the program, and probably have executed your first program successfully, and I hope that you did. That's pretty much it for today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.